us begin. Get rid of my little starting soon banner. Get back to where we were the last time. Which was on the second case of the first game in this trilogy. And we were just about to get into the first day of the trial. GoodEvening.com, I think you're the first one in today. Hope you've had a pretty good day. Let's get back to our save file. I am looking forward to this case. It's a fun one. It does have a character I like a lot show up in it, so that's fun. September 7th, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom Number 1. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Maya Fey. Oh, okay. Man, I'm so freaking torn on what voice to give this guy. I do quite like him. I don't know, chat. I'll think about it for a second while we look over our case. Objection. Welcome, Lycosone. I need to decide on a voice for our boy Miles here. While we do start this off, let's remind ourselves of what's going on here for a sec. We're on the second case of the game. Our boss, Mia, was murdered. They're blaming her little sister, Maya. We are defending Maya. In terms of evidence we've got an autopsy report. We have Maya's cell phone, which has a conversation they had that morning. We have glass shards from the light stand that fell over. Another murderous thinker statue. The wiretap we found in Miss May's hotel room. A department store receipt with letters written in blood on the back. And some profiles of the people involved that we know of so far. Mia's the victim. Maya's our defendant. Dick Gumshoe is our friendly local detective. Marvin Grossberg has very friendly design, but I think chat has all decided that he seems rather sus. April May is also rather sus. She has a wiretap in her drawer for some reason. Pringles man sus. Yeah, he does have a bit of a Pringles mustache. That's also true. Miles is our prosecutor, a gifted man, and a ruthless man who'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Oh boy. That doesn't necessarily bode well for us, but we'll be fine. And we have the bellboy at the Gatewater Hotel. He is a humanoid Garfield. That's the feeling you're getting off of him. I assume when you say a humanoid Garfield, you mean Marvin and not Miles Edgeworth. I don't know how to do a Garfield voice, so I think I'll just make his a little bit deeper. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I guess I'll go a little deeper than the Miles voice. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Miles Edgeworth. I'd better not show any signs of weakness today, or he'll be on me in an instant. How do you know the bellboy's age and not his name? You know, Kissy Face, that's a really good question. I love that this game just says, ah yes, the bellboy. You know, I asked him that he was 26, and he told me his name was Bellboy. Okay then. And so it begins indeed. Mr. Edgeworth, please give the court your opening statement. With the way this universe is, it would not surprise you at all if his name was literally Bellboy. Yes, my full name is Bellsworth Boy. Oh god, we're being raided. Hello? There's 11 of you? It's gay theory time. What they said. Welcome, Billy, Technical or Dusty, Apier, Ivy, Blue Mage, all of you. We're just getting started with the trial. Oh, you do, don't you? Well, we have evidence that she didn't. The prosecution has evidence that she committed this murder. And we have a witness who saw her do it. The prosecution sees no reason to doubt the facts of this case, Your Honor. I've got at least one, and it has to do with the autopsy reports. I see. Edgeworth. I see we got some Edgeworth fans in chat. I do love Edgeworth. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Let's begin then. If we may call our first witness, Your Honor. The prosecution calls the chief officer at the scene, Detective Gumshoe. Oh boy. Witness, please state your name and profession to the court. Sir, my name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. Is this blind? No, it is not blind. I just have the no spoiler rule so that we don't start discussing case 5 in the middle of case 2. Homicides, all of them? That sounds exhausting. Yeah, not blind, but no spoilers. If it's blind, I'll put it in the tags. Yeah, Gumshoe needs a break. Oh my god. Every homicide? Detective Gumshoe, please describe for us the details of this murder. We are pretty careful about spoilers around here. Whenever we toss them around, we tend to replace anybody's name with redacted. Very well, sir. Let me use this floor map of the office to explain. Oh boy. Alright. The body was found by this window here. And the cause of death? Loss of blood to being struck by a blunt object, sure. We found the body here, notably represented by this bottle. So it better not reveal that redacted did it. Indeed, that's basically the rule. You can chat as much as you want about the game we're playing, and spoilers for games we've already finished are okay. It's just this game that we are currently doing. You imagine Gumshoe draws this with crayon and construction paper? Murder weapon was a statue of the thinker, found next to the body, sir. It was heavy enough to be a deadly weapon, even in a girl's hand, sir. I mean, you know, she might be stronger than you think. Welcome to Japanifornia. That is basically the setting. You may want to keep a running tally of games we've completed somewhere. That's a good point. I guess I could put that in a separate tab on the About page. Are you allowed to spoil about where the confetti comes from? I mean, sure. It's in the manual for the original version. The court accepts the statue as evidence. They're still calling it a statue. Floor plans added to the court record. Now, detective. Yes, sir. You immediately arrested Miss Faya Fey, who was found at the scene, correct? Can you tell me why? Yes, sir. I had hard evidence she did it, sir. Detective Gumshoe. Please testify to the court about this hard evidence. Gumshoe is surprisingly crafty. He does make the confetti at the end of trials, and he probably drew that floor plan. Alright, let's hear about Gumshoe's hard evidence. Maya Fey's arrest. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. There were 2 people there already. The defendant, Miss Maya Fey, and the lawyer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I immediately arrested Miss Maya Fey. You did. That you did. Is the bearded guy the only judge in the entire court system, or are all of the judges clones? There actually are multiple judges in this series, though we won't be seeing them for a while, is all I can tell you. Why? We had a witness account describing her. The witness saw Miss Maya Fey at the very moment of the murder. Did she? Very moment, you say. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examine what? I couldn't see a single contradiction in that testimony. Mad Mew Mew witnessed the murder. Smack. Hey, Maya just threw something at me? Maya, why are you throwing things in court? What's this? When my sister couldn't find any contradiction in a witness's testimony, she would bluff it and press the witness on every detail. Press yourself against his testimony. Just press all the details. Got it. When doing this, the throwing everything at the wall strategy, it's usually best to do a little bit of Ace Attorney strats as they go. The witness always slips up and says something wrong. It worked lots of times. I should have expected Maya would know some of her sister's tricks. Alright, let's give this a try. Something the matter? No, Your Honor. I'd like to begin my cross-examination. As soon as the phone call came in, I rushed to the scene. Alright. Tell me about that. Tell me about all of it. Who did you say you got a phone call from? Hey, pal, don't play dumb. You know who. The call was from a customer at the Gatewater Hotel, right across from the crime scene. Okay. I pressed. Not sure if it did much, though. Right, please continue. There were 2 people there already. Yeah, this is true. All of this is true. Okay, I mean, if I'm being honest, this is probably the only statement that we're gonna get anything else off of, right? Because the actual witness testimony of what she saw is the only thing we don't really have. So let's press. Hold on just 1 second. Yeah? If I heard correctly, you said you arrested her because you had hard evidence she did it, correct? Huh? Did I say that? Me? I heard you say it. You did say it. You said it. Exactly what about the suspicious woman in pink's claim is hard evidence? What? Miss May isn't suspicious, and she sure isn't pink, pal. Excuse me. Let the court record show that she is very pink. Well, I guess she is pink. That's enough, Detective Gumshoe. If you've learned anything in this series, witnesses are the opposite of hard evidence. Yeah, pretty much. Do you have any more solid proof other than her claims, Detective? I guess pressing can have his advantages. Even the judge is sick of this. Yeah, I think so, Gleevon. Yeah. Sorry, I got the, order of things mixed up in my testimony, sir. Anecdotal evidence is useless. Yeah, I mean, it's not entirely useless. If enough people were to say, like, I saw someone stab someone else and they had no alibi, that's potentially useful. Yeah, still can't get over the assumption that the skinny cinnamon roll teenager who looks to be about 90 pounds with little muscle could swing that statue hard enough to cause instantaneous death. Yeah, Maya is a very slight build. I know that Gumshoe said, oh yeah, you know, it's a heavy statue, it could totally work, but I don't know. Yeah, and there is no motive. What motive does she have to kill her sister? Like, actually, though. There was something I should have told you about first, Your Honor. Very well, Detective. Let's hear your testimony again. Alright. Hard evidence, eh? Tell me all about it. So far, Edgeworth has been surprisingly accommodating, so that's a nice surprise. The Cain instinct. Oh my god, chat. After securing the suspect, I examined the scene of the crime with my own eyes. I found a memo written on a piece of paper next to the victim's body. On it, the word Maya was written clearly in blood. Lab test results showed that the blood was the victim's. Also, there was blood found on the victim's finger. Before she died, the victim wrote the killer's name. Yeah, before she died, she was bloodied, huh? Cause, single blunt force trauma. Death was instantaneous. Alright, Gumshoe. You're not going to assume Gumshoe is involved with this or sinister, you're just going with he's a big himbo. There is a reason that when Dusty assumed that Adachi was just a big himbo idiot in Persona 4, that, he was a twink Gumshoe. Gumshoe, God bless him. You heard Persona? Oh yeah, Danny, we play Persona a lot here. I do P5R on Saturdays now, and we did a whole Persona 4 Golden stream before that, actually. You love Adachi? I like his character a lot. I do not love him as a person. Yeah, currently Fridays are Ace Attorney night, and Saturdays are Persona nights. Your Twitch banner is the Persona 2 Eternal Punishment cast. Oh hell yeah. I fucking love the Persona 2 duology. I want to play that on this channel at some point. Maybe after we're done with Persona 5, we'll do some Persona 2, because Innocent Sin is my favorite, I think, but I also really like Eternal Punishment. Fuck Adachi, but you love Adachi? That is fair. He is a very well-written character. I cannot bring myself to like him as a person, but like as an antagonist, he's good. You prefer Innocent Sin, but you don't really see them as separate games anymore. Yeah, Persona 2... Okay, I don't know how we got on this tangent, but Persona 2 is a really freaking good set of games, and if you get the chance to play them, you should. That's how you feel about a certain redacted character? I see. I see. For the record, in terms of spoilers right now, we are still relatively early in Persona 5 Royal, so we don't know who the main antagonists are or anything like that. Okay? Just so you know. I know not a lot of you have been around for the Saturday streams, so... Yes. Thank you, friendo. Basically just keep spoilers out for whatever we're still playing. Well, that is harder evidence, but it's wrong evidence. Before we got off on a little bit of a Persona tangent, we checked the autopsy report, and that doesn't really seem like it's in line with what you were saying, pal. If you get what I mean. Both halves of your ships are redacted. Oh my. Before we begin cross-examination, I have a question for you, detective. You're a walking, talking Persona tangent. Yeah, my friends can attest that I am often also a walking, talking Persona tangent. I really love those games. I also really love Ace Attorney, but I haven't had the chance to play Ace Attorney in quite some time, so this has been a fun treat. Your Honor? Why didn't you testify about the vital piece of evidence the first time? I know. I'm real embarrassed. I forgot about this, sir. Try to be more careful. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. Let's see. Oh yeah, right, we're at the beginning of a new set of cross-examination, so we save again. Virus and Virus protection, I love you, but we're in the middle of a stream right now. Alright, so there's blood on her finger. Okay. Tell me about that. We didn't really see that. Yeah, that's also something interesting. Before we get to the big one, which is if she died instantly, how did she write it? Which hand was her bloody finger? Was it her dominant hand? Because if it wasn't, I have even more questions. On which hand was the bloody finger, detective? The right hand. Well, she was right-handed. Nice try. Uh-oh. I guess it wasn't too hard to see what I was getting at there. Okay, I mean, I think this game opens up entirely too many options for jokes. It does. I look forward to puns that you guys come up with. Alright, so, I mean, she wrote the killer's name before she died, but there was single blunt force trauma that killed her. Detective Gumshoe, there's one thing I want you to clarify for me here. You say that the victim, Mia Fey, wrote this note. You're worried that we won't be able to make any puns. The game doesn't make itself. Oh, come on, Gleebob. I think y'all are a very creative bunch. I believe in you. That she was accusing the defendant, Mia Fey. That's really what you're saying. Also, I just saw this. I'm sorry I don't have a bot set up. I really should. But thank you to Ken, Billy Graff, and IB for following. Y'all are great. Oh my gosh. What? This isn't one of those lawyer tricks now, is it? Of course she wrote it. Who else could have wrote it? You have it backwards, detective. But backwards? The victim is the only person who absolutely could not have written it. This is a report from your department, detective. Immediate death due to a blow from a blunt object. She died immediately. Oh, I know what's coming. Oh, we all know what's coming if you've played this game before. But no butting your way out of this one, detective. Order, order. The defense has a point. Someone who died immediately wouldn't have the time to write anything now. Mr. Wright, I beg your pardon, but when exactly did you obtain that autopsy report? Oh fuck, here it comes, chat. Oh no, oh boy. When? It was, the day after, I think. It's been a week. Did fuck not tell you. It was the day after the murder. The prosecution's point being that autopsy report is outdated, Your Honor. What? A second autopsy was performed yesterday, at my request. Oh, you little bastard. He updated the autopsy report. Death was almost immediate due to a blow from a blunt object. You don't mean to be that guy, but how do you re-autopsy a body? Magical lawyer powers. But there is a possibility that the victim lived for several minutes after the blow. I received these results this morning. Oh my god, look at it. Look at this smug asshole. No way. Your Honor, it's quite easy to imagine that the victim did have time to write Maya. That is all. You gotta bow melodramatically at the end of your statement. Yeah, your inability to share vital information on the case with all relevant parties reflects poorly on your office, sir. Oh yeah, I'm sure that the prosecutor's office has no problems whatsoever. Oh, hi, Cat Befriender. Oh man, you had to do something and missed the raid. What was the raid phrase? It was its gay theory time, apparently. I see. Damn you, Edgeworth. I should have known you'd have something up your sleeve. Why, Mr. Wright, you look shocked. Something you want to say? What are these fucking options? You're a sham, Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth. I've heard there's nothing you won't do to get your verdict. What reason could you possibly had to request a second autopsy report? Mr. Wright, the defense will refrain from personal attacks against the prosecution. Real lawyers do have issues with this. My problem with the majority of YouTube critiques of Phoenix Wright, Legal Eagles is not the worst in this case. Almost all of them are looking at it through the perspective of American law. It's a commentary on Japanese law. So a lot of the theories and complaints about things that go wrong in these cases don't really actually make much sense when you view it from its original context. So I see a lot of these things that are like, oh, but in American law you have to do this or this, and this is ridiculous, but that's not really what they're trying to make a point about. Exactly. Japanese courts have a 90+% conviction rate. The whole point is that they are going against the idea that, oh yeah, because you've been arrested in Japan and you've been charged with something, you did it. That's such an assumption of their society, and so much power is in the hands of prosecutors that both of the Japanese RPGs we're playing right now are talking about how unjust the Japanese court system is. Mind you, Persona 5 Royal and Ace Attorney 1 were released almost 20 years apart, so unfortunately the guilty until proven innocent thing is still very much a thing. Yeah, the West does have a long history of problems with guilty until proven innocent, which led to that changing. And yeah, the thing about America is, when we look at something like this, we assume innocent until proven guilty is our logic, because that's how it is in our culture. That is not globally the same. Between this and Persona, we play a lot of games about the Japanese legal system. I guess we do. We really do on this channel. No matter, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, say what you will, the evidence in this report is undeniable. Your Honor, I submit this report to the court. Understood. The court accepts the evidence. Alright, so we have an updated autopsy report. Died from a blow by a blunt object. She may have lived for a few minutes after being hit. I'm gonna take a quick sip of water before we get on to the next segment of this case. True, Japan didn't really have a Salem. Yeah. America had some serious problems. We still do. But let's not get too depressed. We have a murder to solve. Well, Your Honor, the evidence strongly suggests the victim was identifying the killer. I suppose that's the obvious solution, yes. Darn, this isn't good. The prosecution would like to call its next witness. This poor, innocent girl saw the murder with her own eyes. Innocent. I would not use the word innocent to describe her. Let the witness, Miss April May, take the stand. Exactly what part of her is innocent? Well, she might not have committed a murder, but her personality is anything but. Witness, your name, please.
April May, at your service.
Order. An introduction should not require any reaction from the crowd. The witness will refrain from wanton winking. They gave her a jiggle. Oh, they did. They did.
Aww. Yes, Your Honor.
This is not good. She's already captured the heart of every man in this courtroom. Tell us, where were you on the night of September 5th when the murder occurred?
Gee, I was in my hotel room. I checked in right after lunch.
And this hotel is directly across from Fayeco Law offices. Not Edgeworth's. No, not Edgeworth indeed.
That's right, big boy.
Please testify to the court about what you saw.
It was 9 at night. I looked out the window, And then, I saw a woman with long hair being attacked. The one attacking her was this mousy girl sitting in the defendant's chair. Then the woman, dodged to one side and ran away. But that girl, she caught up to her and she hit her. Then the woman with the long hair, she kinda, slumped. The end. That's all I saw. Every little itsy bitsy witsy.
Ma'am, do you have to jiggle like that in the middle of your testimony? Well, Your Honor, I see. It is a remarkably solid testimony. I don't see a need to trouble the witness any. Wait, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? What about my cross-examination? I thought the witness's testimony was quite firm. Don't you? Mr. Wright, I understand you were Miss Mia Fey's understudy, were you not? What a rude way to put it. Understudy. I mean, I assume he means, her junior at the firm. But, understudy just brings to mind theater and the idea of just, you're not the main part. Yeah. Protege? Yeah, protege would be a better word. And considering Edgeworth's vocabulary, he would know to use it. You must know her techniques well. Her cowardly way of finding tiny faults in perfectly good testimonies. Hey, how dare you? Well, Mr. Wright, will you cross-examine the witness? Yeah, I mean, we're probably gonna seem like a real asshole to this whole courtroom. He probably said he was her senpai or something we don't really have a solid word for. It's possible. I like how there's an option for no thanks, but we're gonna do it. I'll gladly proceed with the cross-examination. If only because I have a feeling that Edgeworth doesn't want me to. Phoenix Wright is a man fueled by nothing but spite right now, and I love it. Why do they give you a choice? I don't... for the humorous dialogue options, we're gonna save again before we start this segment. I think I remember what I'm doing, but we'll probably be fine. Yeah, no, senpai wouldn't make sense since she was teaching him, not an upper student. Something like sensei, which would mean teacher, maybe. She has to have some weakness. Very well, you may begin your cross-examination. Alright, well, why the hell are you looking out the window at 9 at night? At an office building. Why did you do that?
Huh? Why? Why what?
Why did you look out the window? Were you expecting to see something?
Oh, well, gee.
What? That's it?
She can't get out of this question so easily. I sort of, I had a feeling.
Ma'am. You can jiggle the boobs all you want, but it won't get you out of questioning. Well, I have a feeling she's trying to avoid the question. Yeah, ma'am, your jiggle physics are not going to help you here. Maybe I should press harder on this one. Yes. Let's see how far I can run with this. Surely, you must have had a reason to look out your window at that time of night.
Ooh!
Mr. Wright, I will not have you badgering my witness.
Badgering?
You insist on needling her with these trivial questions. I really don't think it should be allowed. Well, the audience is against us. Ooh, Doctor Who. I miss watching that show. Mr. Wright, you have been warned.
Poor girl. What about poor me?
You looked out the window. What did you see next? You know the jiggle physics is for comedic purposes, but you're trying to figure out how it works? I don't know, man. I'm not a physicist. You'll take all the Hartnell you can get. Hartnell is great. Anime gravity? Yeah, I think anime gravity is the only explanation there. You saw a woman with long hair being attacked, but you're sure the one attacking her was Maya. Calling Maya mousy when you're a rat. Yeah. Okay, tell me more about this one. How do you know she was the defendant?
Huh? Well, she had a girlish physique. Women know these things. Look, I just know, okay?
There was only one person at the scene of the crime with a short, girlish figure. The testimony is bulletproof, Your Honor. Yeah, only one person at the scene of the crime. Who's to say that who else could have, left? Ran away? Even if she wasn't lying? He's right. Is he? Is he right? Hold on a minute. That testimony stinks. Phoenix. What? Miss May, I'm willing to bet that you're lying. Are you telling the truth? Did you really see the defendant? Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? Yes, what is the meaning? Somebody tell me, because I'm so clueless about all of this, I mean. Okay. If you had really witnessed my client, Maya Fey, you would have noticed her clothes before noticing her physique. Well, that or her hair, her clothes, anything about her that was more, notable than her figure. Oh my god, that face. No one wears clothes like this on a daily basis except her. And I'm no expert on fashion, but her hairdo looks far from normal to me. Maya's clothes do literally hide her physique. She has rather long sleeves and a big old dress on, so it would be hard to tell what she looks like under that. However, the witness's testimony mentions neither of these things. The testimony is bogus. But... Still, we don't know if she was dressed that way the night of the murder. She was, Your Honor. We were there. She could be ripped under those robes. You thought her top knot was a tiny hat. No, it's hair. I'm just imagining her taking off the clothes and then, having just a JoJo's physique underneath it now. I saw her. And so did Detective Gumshoe. What do you say to that, Miss May? What are you trying to say, you mean lawyer? I saw what I saw. I just didn't think all the little trifling details were necessary, darling. Miss May. She did roar at us. I remind you this was made in the early 2000s. The court would like to remind you to please omit nothing in your testimony. I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'll be a good girl. I promise. Your testimony again, if you would. Damn, I almost had her. I did see everything. I did. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. And then the girl in the hippie clothes ran after her. And she hit her with that weapon. I saw it. I did. That clock. That kind of statue-y clock. The thinker, I think. Well, does the accuracy of my report not startle you? Okay, so chat. How the fuck does she know it's a clock? I remind you, on the night of the incident,
Mia took out all of the clockwork, so unlike Mr. Saw It, she wouldn't be able to tell that it was a clock. Wonder what that wiretap was for. Me too. I see. I only wish you had been so detailed from the beginning. Please begin the cross-examination. All right. Start of a new set of cross-examinations means we make another save point. Honestly, making frequent saves is not as essential in the early game. It's just a good habit to have. Because you know when they mentioned it was a clock? On the phone call the night of the murder. Interesting. Very good. Mia did have it clocked over her head, that's true. The victim, the woman, dodged the first attack and ran off to the right. Why would she dodge to the right? Isn't the door on the other side? Yeah, Maya is alive and well for now. Which side was the door on again? Left or right? Oh, I'll press it anyway. Is that right as in your right, as you looked in from the hotel? Which hand do I hold my knife in again? Right! It was my right hand, right? Satisfied, Mr. Wright. Please continue. Maya is wonderful, and we must protect her. I'm kind of concerned that this woman's first reaction to, you know, which hand is my dominant hand is, which hand do I wield a knife in? You know? Okay. How did you know it was a clock? Maya Fey versus Maya Amino? Don't make me do that. I can't choose between them. I love them both. A clock. Didn't this come up in another testimony recently? Well, don't look so sour, Mr. Lawyer. You can't win them all. No, but I have a feeling I'm onto something now. Her previous testimony must have been what Edgeworth wanted her to say. So this was the testimony in her own words. Time to press and squeeze the truth out of her. Figuratively, of course. That clock. Okay. I mean, I think we're gonna have to present here, because if we check our testimony, it says, it's a clock, I made it look like that statue, the thinker, and it tells the time, but it's not working right now. So there's no way that she would know that. So we're gonna present the statue because she shouldn't know that it's a clock. Okay. Miss May, what you said just now was quite revealing. Revealing? Ooh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Naughty Mr. Lawyer. Please stop. Please stop. You just said that the statue of the thinker was a clock. But there's no way of knowing that just by looking at it. Another person in much the same position as you recently called it a clock too, and he was found guilty of murder. Phoenix, you're pushing it a little bit. Dial it back about 5 degrees. This woman is just Risei's shadow. Risei's shadow seems significantly nicer than this, and I will not have her slandered. Order, order. Miss May, can you explain how you knew this was a clock? The witness saw the murder with her own eyes. That's all that's important here. No, it's not, Edgeworth. Because it doesn't look like a clock. It sounds like a clock. The defense is trying to confuse the issue with trivial concerns. Yes, of course. You will withdraw your question, Mr. Wright. Fuck no, I won't. But questions are all I have, Your Honor. And as you may recall, I've caught murderers with mere questions before. Well, only once. Objection sustained. You may continue to question the witness. Hell yeah, Phoenix indeed. Nice job. Eat shit, Edgeworth. I mean, I love him, but also, eat shit. Ooh, computer, are you okay there? That was close. If you stopped me there, the trial would be over. Huh? What? So what happens now? What happens now is you answer my question. How did you know it was a clock? What? That's... because I heard it. Yes, I heard it say the time. So, you've been to the law offices of Fay & Co. Ooh. Wanting to wipe the smug look off of his face is completely understandable, not mutually exclusive to liking him. Like, don't get me wrong, Edgeworth, fantastic character, but there is some joy in tearing his arguments apart. No! Hey, I didn't say that. Why would I go there? I heard it from my hotel room. The law offices of Fay & Co., where the murder took place, is very close to the hotel. Edgeworth. Oh, honey. Sweetie pie. You didn't take that close of a look at the Thinker statue, did ya, honey? You or Phoenix adds an extra spike to his hair every time he beats Edgeworth. By game 4, he looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Protagonist. She could easily have heard the clock. Well, Mr. Wright, are you satisfied? Frick no, we're not satisfied. No, Your Honor. I can't give up now. I'm not satisfied because... it couldn't have rung. Your Honor, members of the court. It is inconceivable that the clock in question rang, because it's empty. That clock is missing its clockwork. How could you possibly? Just take a look. Right now. Oh! See anything interesting, Your Honor? It is as the defense says. This clock is missing the clockwork. It's quite empty. Mr. Wright, would you care to explain to the court the meaning of this? It is as you can see. The clock was empty. It couldn't have rung. Therefore, this witness is a big fat liar. Fat? Well, Miss May. Tisk tisk. Quite a show you've put on for us, Mr. Wright. He knew the clock was empty. Somehow, he knew. I'm afraid you've forgotten one thing, however. Indeed, the clock is empty. As you say, it can't ring. However, we must ask, when was the clockwork removed? If it was after the witness heard the clock, then there is no contradiction. Oh, Edgeworth, honey, I have proof. That's true. That is a possibility. The clock might have been emptied after she heard it. And that is exactly what happened, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, can you prove when the clockwork was removed? Yeah, I can. Oh, impossible, of course. Shut up. Good thing this was evidence in a case I was just on. Yeah. Oh, Edgeworth. I have proof. What? Wasn't it you who told me proof is everything? Well, I was listening. And now I'll show you the proof you like so much. The evidence that proves when this clockwork was removed is Maya's cell phone. I agree with you, Technicolor Dusty. Get fucked, pretty boy. Take a look at this. That's a very cute cell phone. Woohoo! You have a girly phone. Wait, this isn't my phone. Listen, this is the defendant's cell phone, and it contains a recording. A recording of a conversation she had with the victim on the day of the murder. Yeah, mind you, this game is supposed to be set in 2016, and this is what the cell phones look like. Order. The defendant's cell phone. This wasn't brought to my attention. Oh, Edgeworth, sweet pea. You didn't bring the autopsy report to my attention, so... Why do I have to tell you about this? Perhaps Detective Gumshoe overlooked it. Good Detective Murray, remember he's up for evaluation soon. I've gotta say, I'm starting to feel bad for the big fella. Let's hear the conversation. So you just want me to hold on to the thinker for you then? If you could. I should probably tell you, the clock isn't talking right now. Huh? It's not working. That's lame. I had to take the clockwork out. Sorry. September 5th, 9:27 a.m. Oh gee, how does that feel, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I think it makes clear that the clockwork was already gone by the time this was recorded. Which was well before the witness even arrived at her hotel. Well, Miss May, would you care to explain this to the court? Just how did you know that a weapon was a clock? Well, isn't it obvious? I saw that clock before. What store was that again? I go to so many. Whoops, I forgot. You saw it at a store, huh? Well, I'm sorry to say this, but as much as we love Larry Butts here, Larry only made 2 of these.
His art career really hasn't taken off that much. Wasn't it Larry's Etsy store? So the witness had seen it before? That would make sense. You know, Larry is actually a really good artist, is the funny thing. Yeah, he's very talented. He made a wonderful statue and was able to put a functioning clock in there. Hopefully we can see more of his work in the future in the context of him not being falsely accused of murder. Does the defense have any objections, Mr. Wright? Fuck yeah, I do. The witness claims she's seen it before, but this directly contradicts a piece of evidence already submitted to this court. Well then, let's see it. Please produce this evidence that will prove the witness has not seen the clock before. Made by Larry Butts. It's simple. This clock was never in any store. Ever. Larry Butts totally has an Etsy. Oh yeah, Larry totally has an Etsy store.
What?
A friend of mine made that clock. Only 2 exist in the world, and the one that isn't here is in police custody.
Impossible! Everything is sold in stores!
Miss May, I think it's high time you went shopping for a better excuse. Oh, excuse is not on sale today.
What's it to ya, porcupine head? That stupid clock doesn't matter, okay? She did it, and she should die for it. Die!
Oh, my neighbors are gonna be so concerned. Whoa, let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are no words for what we just witnessed. This is a court of law, and the witness will remain calm.
Oh. Silly me. Did I, lose it? I guess I did.
Scary. This is the second most normal case in this series. This is, as far as Phoenix Wright cases go, this is not as convoluted as it gets by far. I remind you, there are 3 more after this. Miss May, let me ask. Tell me, how did you know the weapon was a clock? Oh dear. Does the defense have an opinion on this behavior? Okay, this is it. I'm gonna save again, because we're coming on another big section. That was a very big section. Yes, Your Honor. Allow me to explain how I see the truth of the matter. Miss April May, you knew the weapon was a clock before because you had heard it. Or at least heard about it. Because you wiretapped them. The witness had never held the clock in her hand. However, she had heard that it was a clock. She heard. That is correct, Your Honor. There is no other way she could have known the thinker was a clock. And I can show you the proof. Well, this is interesting. Let's see it then. Show me evidence proving the witness heard the murder weapon was a clock. Well, the only way she could have heard it is if she heard the cell phone conversation. Right? And then you would tell them about the wiretap, right? In that order. This game gets very particular about orders sometimes. You may think that, oh yeah, I gotta tell them about the wiretap first, but actually, you need to tell them about the cell phone first. And if you are ahead of the game's logic and try to tell them about the wiretap, you get a penalty. Welcome back, .com, by the way. Hold on. Very important thing. My cousin just sent me a picture of her wedding dress. I need to respond to that. She doesn't know I'm streaming right now, I think. They already know about the phone. That's so dumb. The gears of bureaucracy turn slow, and their logic proceeds at the pace of a mechanical computer. It would seem so. Yes, we've seen that already. Take another listen to the conversation between the defendant and the victim. Mia, what's up? You haven't called in a while. Well, actually, there's something I want you to hold on to for me. That's why you left the scream. They called you. That makes so much sense. Oh, it's very pretty. For the record, all video in this game is on VHS in 2016. Yes, of course. Because we're still using Nokia cell phones and VHS tapes in 2016. Again? What is it this time? It's a clock. It's made to look like that statue, the thinker. They do mention the thinker. But how would the witness know of this conversation? She was wiretapping them. You have a VCR for the record. You don't have it room to set it up, but you do. I know my parents have one, but I don't think it's functional anymore. I do not have a VCR in my house. I don't even have a separate DVD player. I just play my Blu-rays and DVDs on a PlayStation. Meanwhile, in the anime, they have floating holographic monitors. Do you have proof that she knew about the conversation? Well, we have a wiretap. We do have VCR. Okay. Have a look at this. Ah! That's... I found this in Miss May's room. Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what this is. Miss April May, you used a wiretap to listen to this conversation. That's how you knew the thinker was a clock. Am I wrong? Your Honor, this is ridiculous. Your Honor, look at the witness's face. Does she seem amused to you? The defense demands an answer. Witness, answer the question. Did you tap her phone? Miss May. Shut up, all of you! What gives you the right to talk to me like that, you lawyer? It's no fair. All of you ganging up on me like that. Oh, so I'm the bad girl, is that it? Is that it? That did it. The court's seen the real Miss April May now. Now to deal the final blow. You did it, didn't ya? Miss May.
What is it, you little shrimp?
Talk to me in that tone of voice, will ya? You killed her, didn't you? Order. There will be order.
What? How can you possibly say that? Are you mad? All I did was a little wiretapping.
Yeah, you know. No major crimes there. Phoenix, that is a bit of a stretch. There is no evidence for it under whatsoever.
Oops.
So you admit that you tapped her phone.
But wait, I didn't do anything bad like murder. I'm a good girl.
Really? Can you prove it?
No way she can prove it. You think you're so smart, Mr. Lawyer, but I can prove it, and I will.
You can't be serious. No way.
Way, I say, way. Oh, and I assure you I'm serious, Mr. Lawyer.
Welcome to the Phoenix Wright method. Bluff and defend your statements later.
Okay, so the killing happened around 9 at night. Why, that's just when I was getting room service from that sweet bellboy.
Room service?
Iced coffee, I believe it was. Iced coffee, you know, like normal coffee, but cold.
Why does she feel the need to put all caps on cold? Love that voice, thank you. April is fun to voice.
If you don't drink it quick, the ice melts and you have regular cold coffee.
Iced coffee.
Think I'm making this up? Ask the bellboy.
Ergo, the witness was not at the scene of the time of the murder. So where does that leave us? It is my great displeasure to inform you that the witness appears to have been tapping the victim's telephone. However, that is a separate crime with no bearing on the current case whatsoever. It does have bearing. You have no witness. She's not trustworthy at all. She's a literal criminal, Edgeworth. Her testimony stands. She saw the defendant, Miss Maya Fey, commit murder. No, they're just going to let her walk away. There's no way I can win this unless I tie Miss May to the murder somehow. Well, does the defense have anything to say? Well, come on, think of something. This is Edgeworth. Edgeworth is a smug little jerk, and I love him. Yeah, I think there's not much more we can get out of Miss May. But if she called the bellboy around the time of the murder, then maybe he knows something? The defense would like to call the hotel bellboy as a witness. There's something suspicious here, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. I think you've sunk in quite low enough already. I object to calling the bellboy. Why? What's your reason? Because I hold that the wiretapping had nothing to do with the killing. However, if you agree to one condition, I'll consent to you calling this witness. Condition? If Miss April May's alibi is not called into question after you examine the bellboy, then you will recognize that Miss April May was not the killer, thus she is innocent. And thereby you must also accept the verdict of guilty for Miss Maya Fey. This makes no fucking sense. Let me put this bluntly. If Miss May is lying, and wiretapping. Why would proving that she isn't the killer not disprove that Maya is? Like, why would proving that she isn't the killer mean that Maya is the killer? This logic doesn't equal up, basically. Just because Miss May is lying, do you really fucking have that authority? First part. Second part, this makes no sense. Like, literally no sense. Logically speaking, there's no way or reason that Miss May being not guilty would mean that Miss Maya Fey is guilty. Yeah, Edgeworth's logic gets better later on. He's really stupid here, but I'm sure we can find some holes in the bellboy's testimony. That is my condition. What? I'd better find something suspicious in that bellboy's testimony. Otherwise, Maya will be declared guilty on the spot. What should I do? I mean, literally our two options are either go question the bellboy or do nothing. If we do nothing, Maya is guilty. So we just gotta mess with the bellboy and hope for the best, really. Alright, I've got nothing to lose except, well, everything. Understood. I accept your condition. Fool. You fell right into my trap. Uh-oh. Wait. Very well. The court calls the hotel bellboy to the stand. You activated my trap card. I believe we're ready for the witness to testify. He certainly does look like a bellboy. Oh, bellboy voice. Did he speak? I don't remember if we've given him a voice. What kind of voice do you think the bellboy has? Why does his eyelid go through his brow? I don't know. Anime? Sebastian. Should I give him a British accent, then? I can try. I'm not very good at accents. Yes, sir. I received your summons in the middle of work, sir. I'm happy to be of service. That tea set looks rather heavy, so without further ado, the witness may begin his testimony. Very good, sir. Miss May's room service. I am the head bellboy at the fine Gatewater Hotel, in business for 4 generations. I believe I received a call after 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. She asked for an iced coffee to be brought to her at 9 on the dot, sir. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course, and delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. Well, that's bad. I see. The defense may begin the cross-examination. You've thought of Sebastian de Best. This hurts you in the ancestry. Listen, I'm bad at accents. I warned you in advance. Right. I'm ready, I hope. Kinda sounds like she did that specifically to have an alibi. Kinda. This is it. If I can't prove Miss May was involved in the murder somehow, Maya be finished. This was a terrible idea. But I was given no other option by the game, so... Okay, well... in this case, I'm pretty sure we just gotta press everything. What exactly is it you do in the hotel? Why, anything required of me, sir. I check in guests, I check out guests. I clean rooms, I make beds. I even deliver room service, sir. I checked Miss May in personally. Are you always so prim? Mr. Wright, you will refrain from asking frivolous questions. You want a cup of tea, but it's 2 a.m. and you're not willing to do the cleanup? Fair. I believe I received a call at 8 in the evening from our guest, Miss May. Are you sure it was Miss May on the phone? Absolutely, sir. How can you be so certain? I checked Miss May in personally, sir. Not only did I see her in all of her stunning radiance, but I also heard her voice. And then I saw them and I... Well, he's straight. The point being, I remembered her quite well, sir. Well then... 9 on the dot, you say? Yes, I confirmed that detail several times. She was watching a program on the TV and wished to drink after it was finished, sir. Room service. Slams the "that's really creepy" button. 9 is the time of the murder. I brought it to her at precisely the requested time, of course. Precisely 9, then. Precisely, exactly, and most definitely, sir. 9 p.m. How can you be so sure? Miss May was quite insistent that it be brought then. Oh, bellboy! I'd like iced coffee at exactly 9 p.m. Something like that, sir. Therefore, I knocked on her door at the crack of 9. Why would she be so particular about the time? And I delivered the iced coffee to our guest, Miss May herself. You were sure it was Miss April May herself? Absolutely, sir. Absolutely? Yes, sir, as in so very absolutely, sir. It's an endearing mannerism of mine. How come you're so certain? Well, when I brought the room service, the guest, oh my god! Favored me with an embraces. Bro. Okay. Sure. Didn't need to know that. Embracer. Is that French for embrace? It's French for kiss, but not a French kiss, more of a peck on the cheek. Why would she have done that? I believe perhaps she was momentarily swayed by my prim demeanor, sir. It was a moment I shall never forget, sir. Dude, just know you're really creepy. Sounds pretty fishy to me. I think our Miss May was up to something and wanted the bellboy to remember her. It's no good. There's nothing there. Is that it? Finally, you understand. This bellboy has absolutely no reason to lie. Now, if you have any decency, you will end this rather tedious cross-examination here. It was a bit tedious. She suggested lewd things like holding hands. The witness may leave the stand. I can't let this happen, can I? No, we have no options. Wait, please wait. Yes, does the defense have something to add? One last question. Let me ask one last question. Objection! Your Honor, I must object. This charade of justice has gone on long enough. Now, Mr. Edgeworth. All right, Mr. Wright. I'll give you one more question, and that's all. Okay, this is really it now. This is my last chance. What do I ask him about? Check-in? Tell me about check-in. Tell me about when you checked in Miss May. Oh, all right. Very well, sir. My first thought was that she was a beautiful, beautiful person. She's just my type of girl, so it was a disappointment, really. I see. Excuse me? What exactly was a disappointment? Well, I am not without charm, sir, but even I'd have little chance with her lover there. Her lover. She wasn't alone in the room. She never mentioned not being alone in the room. What did he say? Rather, quite. Bellboy, tell us the truth now. Did Miss May check in with another person? I object. That was... objectionable. I fucking love Edward. That is one of the best lines in this series. I object. That was objectionable. Oh, edgy boo. Oh, honey. Objection overruled. The witness will answer the question. Yes, I see. Why did you not mention that in your testimony? Why does no one mention anything in their testimony? You make my job so much harder. Well, sir, you didn't ask. Nice try. That's the sort of thing you'd normally supposed to mention. Ah, yes, quite. Indeed. Megalovania would work well as a theme in this game. Quite possibly, though. All of the themes are really good. It was, the good barrister there, Mr. Edgeworth, who... Ooh. Edgeworth, what the fuck? He asked me not to mention it if I wasn't specifically asked, sir. Edgeworth. Oh gosh. You fool! I've done it. I've won. Miss April May checked into a twin room with a man, correct? Yes, sir. Dude, this case would get every single person in this room fired except maybe Phoenix, and even then, he's still evidence. We didn't steal the phone, technically. Maya asked for it, so we brought it for her. Okay, we stole evidence. Actually, the judge is fine. He's a sweet old man who's done nothing wrong ever in his life. Then, when you brought their room service, you didn't see that man in the room. That's right, sir. Your Honor, we have just learned of another person involved who could have been the murderer. In light of this new fact, I hold it impossible to judge the defendant. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Edgeworth? And who, Mr. Wright? Who is this other person? Simple. It was the man with Miss April May. The man who checked in with Miss May. Your Honor, as has been previously revealed, Miss April May was tapping the victim's phone. Yet Miss May herself has an alibi at the time of the murder. However, that does not clear the man who was with her. The bellboy saw no one else in the room at the time of the murder. Lamau, you can just accuse the bellboy. You can, even though, as creepy as he can be, he doesn't seem like he's lying. My, what a convenient little setup. But it's too late. Too late? I suppose you'd like it if it was too late, wouldn't you? After all, it was you who hid the presence of the other man from this court.
Upstart amateur. These accusations are ludicrous.
They need a suspect withheld evidence jar. The bellboy couldn't commit murder. He was too weak. He was not even a bellman. The court acknowledges the defense's argument. Wait, no, you're not the bellboy. I expect the prosecution and defense to look into this matter fully. Am I understood? Yes, Your Honor. That is all for today on the trial of Maya Fey. Court is adjourned. We made it through trial day 1. September 7th, 2:24 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Mr. Wright, you were amazing in there.
Really?
I think I might be your newest fan.
Oh, I was just doing my job, you know?
Then again, the other attorney was pretty cool, too.
I love Maya.
Huh? That face of his, with his eyes wide and trembling lips, it sent shivers up my spine.
Her smile is all the reward needed. Maya is our new serotonin granter of this game. If you say so.
So, what happens with me? Do I get to go home now?
Well, no, I don't think so. Not yet.
Oh, I see.
But I got a great lead in today's trial.
A lead?
Maya's the #1 shipper. That man with Miss May. He's the key.
Oh, I get it. What happened to Miss May after that, anyway? I heard they arrested her.
I guess she's learning her charms don't work on everyone. She's had to deal with Phoenix for far too long. Sadly, Ace Attorney doesn't have any husbandos for you. Suits and formal wear are not your thing. I love formal wear, so... She's probably at the detention center now. I may have to go down there later. Anyway, this case is far from closed.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find out more about this man.
Do you think he was the one who...
Maybe so. Says... Don't worry, I'll find him by tomorrow. I promise.
I'm counting on you.
Oh yeah, there's a character I like a lot in the next game as well, Dusty. I asked for a full record of April May's testimony. I thought it might come in handy during the trial tomorrow. But now that I have it, I'm not so sure. Most of her testimony was all lies. In fact, there's only one part that hasn't been stricken from the record. Okay, let's keep track of this. May's testimony. The victim dodged an attack, then ran to the right, but she was caught and struck, is the only thing that stays. Your favorite in the series isn't until the 4th. I'm pretty sure my favorite character is Miles. I just love Miles. He's so fun. I don't know how much good this will do me now at all. Anyway, time to hit the pavement and do some investigating. Maya doesn't belong in that detention center, and it's up to me to set her free. Little Miss OO was certainly a character. Is that what we're calling April? Okay. Save. Day 2 investigation. Woot woot. We got a lot of people to talk to. September 7th, 3:11 p.m. Detention Center Visitors Room. You have a string of potential nicknames for her? That's good.
Well, hello. I didn't expect anyone to visit me in such a dank place as this. It's really quite moving. Not, you stinking lawyer, I hope you die. Have you come to laugh? Yes, laugh at the fallen Miss May. No, not really. There's something I wanted to ask. Unfortunately, there is nothing I want to be asked. Haven't you done enough questioning, you spiky head? Here we go again. Please, you're scaring the security guard. She's scaring the security guard. So, what is it you wish to ask of me, then? For starters, how did you get to be so totally whacked? Is the security guard okay? Can we check in on him? This guard monitors the visitors room. He hasn't moved an inch. A real pro, this guy, considering the shit he has to deal with. Or maybe he just doesn't get to see a lot of women like Miss May in here. He's seen some shit. Yeah, I think he's probably gonna need, like, an extra coffee at the end of his shift. Smile for the camera. That man. About the man who stayed with you in your hotel room. Can you tell me about him? Where is he? Come on. No way, Jose. Maybe if I had something to get her to talk. A wiretap? Why did you place a wiretap on Mia's phone? Aw, when you say it like that, it sounds so cold, so criminal. Tapping people's phones is a crime, Miss May. Oh, and I suppose you learned that in lawyer school, Well, we don't call it lawyer school, but yeah. Creep. The last person we had in here was talking about his cat turning into a bus. Listen, you joke, but this game and Persona 5 are set in the same year. This woman is impossible to talk to. Your attitude. You hate that? Yeah, it's unfortunate because a crossover would be really cool, but the calendar in Persona 5 matches up with 2016. Say, why are you so angry? I mean, you don't look like a bad person. Oh, that does it! Bottom-feeding, scum-sucking lawyer. Bottom? There's so many jokes that I can make. So many jokes. Phoenix. Phoenix! That's what you latch on to, Phoenix. We get it, Phoenix. I can't tell. Does she have a thing against lawyers or just against me? That has "are you used to gunplay" energy. Hey, guess what? Actually, I really hate your guts. So get lost, because, well, I'm not cooperating. Thanks, I noticed. I guess she's not gonna help us. Let's go see if we can find someone else. I doubt Grossberg knows much right now, so let's go check in with our friend who has been assigned a bad British accent. Ah, welcome, sir. Quite the performance today, if I dare to say so myself. Yeah, let's talk to someone more pleasant. And by pleasant, we mean the creepy bellboy. Sorry for putting you on the spot like that. No, not at all, sir. Your efforts today can only help the Gatewater's rep, as they say. Huh? Rep? Yes, our reputation will swell as the hotel where a murderer used a wiretap. You really are gonna start digging into that true crime community, aren't you?
Not gonna lie, you prefer April's verbal attacks to him. I think I'd rather talk to Grossberg than anybody else right now. Maybe Gumshoe. We can charge a premium for the room, of course. It'll be great for business, sir. I guess he's just gonna try to get the true crime people to stay here. Whoa. Miss May hasn't been charged with murder. I, too, will become famous. The bellboy who brought the murderer iced coffee. Why do I feel like we're both stuck in the same bad dream? Then we have to hear about Grossberg's hemorrhoids. Okay. You know what? Everyone sucks except Gumshoe. Can we just agree on that? So, you are our honored guest. Please let me know if there's anything I can bring you. Tell me about everything. About Miss May? Oh, her, sir, not to boast, but I knew the moment I saw her. She'd do it, I said. Do what? I'm starting to think the most suspicious person here is this guy. Can we bring Franzi in early? We cannot. I wanted to ask you about the man who was with Miss May. Ah, yes. He struck me as a real lady killer, if you'll pardon the expression. Lady killer. So he's attractive? I knew it from the moment I saw him, sir. He and I are of the same ilk. We both carry the scent of danger. Dude, what the fuck does that even mean? There we are in total agreement, Mr. Psycho Bellboy. If you had a photo of that man, I'm quite sure I could identify him. A photo. Yeah, well, we don't, yet. The hotel. Could you tell me about this hotel? Absolutely, and on that subject I have an excellent idea, sir. Certainly, currently this hotel is known as the Gatewater. I propose we add a subtitle. A subtitle? The Gatewater Hotel, Murder Manor. Yeah, this guy really reads true crime novels. Oh god, you like to assume that Redacted de Redacted skinned this guy to make his disguise. Redacted would do something like that. Stick around to figure out what that means. Well, what do you think? Sounds great. Whatever floats your tea set. Well, I don't think you're very helpful either. Let's go talk to Pringle's mustache man. Well, we would have found the most successful use of the redaction yet. You're on the edge of your seat to see what the hell that means. Well, you'll have to wait for another case to figure out who Redacted de Redacted is. The tea biscuits do look delicious. Where's the painting? Huh. Looks like Grossberg is out today, again. Maybe he's avoiding me for some reason. Didn't he say he would never trade that painting for anything? We're gonna have to wait like 8 cases to them. Is it 8? Yes, I think Redacted de Redacted is 8. Yeah, where is the painting? Wait a second. Wasn't there a giant painting hanging on that wall? Yeah. That was what I was wondering. 'Cause you'll remember from last time that Grossberg was insistent that he would never part with it. So, did someone steal it? Did he take it down and move it to his house or something? Yeah, it was a painting of Marvin, I think. Wasn't it? It was a very memorable painting anyhow. Hey! Look at that! What's this? Old photos? There are 2 lying here. Something's been written on pencil in the back. DL6 incident. Exhibit A. DL6 incident. Exhibit B. Oh, God. Just the words DL6 incident send a shiver down my spine. He really needs to paint his office. He does. Let's take a look at these. I'm sure I've seen this person somewhere. Perhaps I'll borrow this photo. Borrow. Phoenix stealing photos from someone else's office. I'm sure no one will miss one little photo. And it might be a valuable clue. I'll take it for now. Photograph quietly added to the court record. You're guessing that's Maya's mother at the moment? A photo lies on the desk. This guy looks a lot like that person from the cutscene at the start of this episode. Maybe I should switch it with the one I took. Yeah, we're gonna swap photos. I think I'll swap them. Because if you'll remember, the bellboy said he would recognize whoever we saw. And, well, I guess we're not gonna really figure out about that painting yet. Maybe it's the guy from the hotel. Anybody here seen Holy Musical Batman? This guy looks like the villain from it. He does. I don't remember what the villain of that musical was named, but it does look like the guy from Holy Musical Batman. Take a look at this photo. He does have that air about him. He looks like a Batman villain. That's him, detective? I'm the lawyer. Oh, I know that. I just wanted to say detective once. You know how it is. This case start opening are de facto the worst part of the first game, with only one exception. The thing I hate about the case part openings so far in this game that we've seen, and we'll see a few more of them later on, it spoils the mystery, and that's no fun, because we're here figuring out a murder, and while I think we can all agree the logic puzzles are super fun, this would be way more interesting if we had no context for this man's face. I think it's a testament to how well written this game is that it's still very compelling, despite the fact that, like, you know Mr. Sawit is the murderer in the first case. But I think for first-time playthroughs, it would be way better to not have those there. No, I don't. Without doubt, this is the man who checked in with Miss April May. Interesting, Blue Mage Danny. You think the first game is the worst one. A lot of people think Justice for All is the worst one, which is the second one. But honestly, Justice for All has my favorite case of the whole game. Of the whole game series. The one involving, Redacted. I get that. It doesn't have the same intrigue. I think my emotional connection with Ace Attorney 1 is stronger than some of the other games. I do really like Justice for All. I don't dislike any of them, though, is the thing. I like all of the Ace Attorney games, to be honest. I am somewhat biased towards Justice for All because it has my favorite case. It also has a prosecutor I really like, so I don't know. An affidavit? This guy is way too excited about it. Sure, you can write an affidavit. Well, sure, why not? If it'll make you excited, Mr. Bellboy. Yes, I've always wanted to write an affidavit, sir. Would that be Redacted Day Redacted's case? Yes, the case involving Redacted Day Redacted in the second game is my favorite in the whole franchise. Redacted, redacted. You know, the one who we were joking about skinning the bellboy. Awesome character. From henceforth, I will be known as the bellboy who swore the affidavit. Just hurry up and write it. Describes the man who stayed with Miss May at the hotel at the night of the murder. Not even Miss May can play dumb to this. Wow, we have a lot of evidence now. Thanks, I guess. I'm gonna go mess with Miss May. You again? Can't you take a hint and stay gone? Hey, the only reason I'm back here is because you won't talk to me. Oh, so it's my fault now. You don't just have spiky hair, you have a spiky heart. That does it. When this case is done for, I'm shaving my head. Please don't. Could you have a look at this? What's that? The bellboy's affidavit. It tells us everything he saw, such as the man you checked in with, who was most definitely this guy. Now I'm getting somewhere. Do we be an asshole? Yeah, don't make yourself look like Mr. Egg. No one wants to look like Mr. Egg. Yeah, I guess we'll push her. When she gets out of jail, April will murder that mill boy. Hey, maybe that's where Redacted Day Redacted got the bellboy skin from. Okay, this is a dark joke. This is it. All or nothing. Time to do a little bluff. No use playing dumb, if indeed that's an act. If you don't talk, I'm taking this info to the press. What? Even though he should have been a witness to murder, your little friend was missing. I'm sure the press would have a field day with his reputation. Holy fuck, Phoenix, that's dark. Ooh, fine, I'll talk. You win, lawyer. Yes, man, that felt good. It's great to be alive. Why are you pumping your fist in the air? Now tell me about the man you were with. That man, he's my boss. Red White, the president of the information gathering conglomerate, Blue Corp. Red White. Information gathering. Well, I suppose you could call it a detective agency. So this is the man that was with you on the night of the murder? Task failed successfully. I'm scared to talk. I don't want to end up like her. It's okay. I'll just ask Mr. White himself. What did Mr. White do to her? April, are you all right? Can you tell me where Blue Core is located? Mr. Red White, at last. Finally, a lead on this guy. If April May couldn't have done it, that leaves him. Time to take action. They might as well have called the guy Washington McYank. Bellboy's affidavit discarded. Okay. I feel like we could still have used that, but sure, Phoenix. Let's go to Blue Core. Hey guys, remember when we were joking about Mr. Grossberg's painting getting stolen? Well, there it is, on the wall of the CEO's office in Blue Core. You little bitch, you stole Pringles Man's painting. What's with the surreal decor? How the fuck does this man speak? Welcome. Please furnish me with the title of your personage. What the? Your name! What is your name? I was just inquirably asking the title that you go by. Right. Phoenix Wright? Inquirably? Mr. Wright, isn't it? I see. Splendiferous. Don't insult Mediton like this. Perhaps I have intimidated you with my giantesque vocabulary. You sound like you're studying for the SATs. Why is everything gold in Blue Core? I don't know. What is this guy's problem? I'm Red White, CEO of Blue Core. You know, corporate expansion official. My business dealings bring me into contact with the elite of the elite. So I'm afraid I'm not used to conversing with the wordily challenged. What a fruitcake! That's an insult I haven't heard in a while. Let me guess. You are an attorney fresh out of law school, are you not? That's the only explanation for why you would come meet me like this. What does he mean by that? No matter. So what business does a mighty lawyer have with a man such as myself? Yipes. This guy's arrogance is a matter of meters off the scale. Well, first of all, when did you steal this painting? Haven't I seen this somewhere? Is it a replica? Ridiculosity! I have no interest in anything but the originals. That right there is a bona fide original, worth 5 million, sure. And it's missing from Mr. Grossberg's office. You know what Red looks like? He looks like he'd be Mediton's manager. An impressive lineup of trophies. Judges Special Runner-Up, Best Participation. Judges Cooperation Award, Special Good Try Prize. The words judges and special kind of stand out. A statue of a man holding the world. The Blue Core sign certainly stands out, though. The model for the man is, of course, Mr. White. Truly a work of art, but probably too beauticious for you to spectate, correct? I think it's a little too beauticious for about anyone to appreciate. What else you got here? I'm guessing this is supposed to be the desk. My, this is quite the thing. This is modeled on my body, see? Well, does its sleek roundature not inspire you? Why are there naked men under your desk? Sir. This is the top floor of a 20-story building. This view is quite presidential. His desk is supported by dudes. This man should be named Narcissus. He is basically just Narcissus. Alright, let's chat. Miss May? Miss May is an employee of Blue Core, is she not? Correct, she was my secretariat. What a shock it was to hear what she has done. What she has done? You mean the wiretap? Indeed, she is paid to answer phones. Tapping them is not in her job description. She does gather information for us as part of her duties. But I assure you, we do not condone illegal methods. Oh, yeah, says the murderer. It is ineffable that she would do this. It sounds like he's trying to turn Miss May into a scapegoat. Night of the murder? On the night of the murder, were you in April May's hotel room? Who can say? I seldom paid attention to mundane details of time and place. My motto is, don't worry, be happy. Still, Mr. Wright, the hotel bellboy stated on the record that he does remember you very clearly. No matter, the bellboy can say as he pleases. I still won't talk to you. If you want to speak, put me on the witness stand. Although I doubt you'd be capable of doing that. He raises a good question, actually. Why didn't the prosecution call him as a witness? He should have seen the same thing as April May. Oh ho ho. The police, the courts. To me, they are mere toys, playthings for my amusement. Man, you'd love Mr. Egg. What kind of company is Blue Core anyway? Yes, the police are your toys. He's literally a Persona villain. Ah, excellent question. It'll be Corp, not Core. A corporation, not a military group. You know, I'm not great at pronouncing shit, but... You know what this guy looks like? Captain Gordon from This Guy Dyed His Hair. I don't know who that is, but I'll trust you on that. We buy and sell various kinds of information. So you're those assholes who steal people's info and sell it on the dark web? We are a company of the future. You might say, we are the future. Okay, this is a little bit scary, because a company about people selling information, made in a game in 2001, saying that selling people's information is the future, they weren't wrong. That is basically a lot of online advertising today. Selling people's data practices. Oh, God. Yeah. Sell information. In just 10 years, I've built this business into the grand office you see now. Okay. So, basically, you're evil Google. In case you were wondering, Blue Corp was named after the color blue. Evil Google, so just Google. I mean, basically, this game is a little bit ominously prophetic about selling people's information. Despite Nokia phones, there were aspects of modern tech they were a little on the nose about. This one is a bit more ominous than some of the others. I, Red, White at Blue Corp, as sounder of CEO, named it so. And why, you ask? Because I like the color blue, of course. Fantabulistic, is it not? That painting. There's something that's been bothering me. Yes, what might that be? That big painting on the wall over there. I've seen it before. You know, I've actually seen that painting before. Oh? Just yesterday, actually. Your point being? My point is simple, or rather, my question is simple. Why is that painting hanging on your wall? Mr. Wrong, was it? Right. It appears you do not fully grasp your position here. I ask again, who are you? A lawyer? No, my feeble friend. A mere lawyer. Worth nothing. Zilch. Zippo. Nada. Just like that sorry excuse for an attorney Grody Burger. What? He punched me. Well, we've gotten to the first of the people who physically assault Phoenix in this universe for no reason. Well, Mr. Lawyer, what will you do, eh? Charge me with assault? Maybe I will, you damn brat. Charge away, I welcome it, for it is you who will be found guilty. What? Heed my exposition? The police, the courts, they all do my bidding. So you say. But I wonder, is that kind of control really possible? I don't expect you to understand. It is a world beyond your compensation. Don't you mean comprehension, White? You came here from Grody Burgers, yes? Mr. Grossberg's, yes. Then you must ask him, why is it that this painting hangs here? Perhaps then he will tell you. Perhaps he will explain how a man can live a life purely for personal profit. Go now, skedaddle. There is nothing more to discuss. Cool. Assaults. Yeah, you and Mr. Egg really would get along. Capitalism incarnate. Mr. Egg has not run into anyone as tenacious as Phoenix before, has he? No. Clearly not. Grossberg Law Offices. Huh? I don't think he's noticed me standing here. Maybe I should clear my throat? Jumping Jeffats! Oh, you. What's wrong? You look so pensive, like an old man at the end of his days. I'm not senile yet. I was just thinking about this whole mess. Something's really bothering him. That is clear. You okay, Marvin? So you came to see the trial? Yes, I did. Something was bothering me all last night, you see? Couldn't get a wink of sleep. Really? What was that? Well, you see, it's just Mia's sister, that poor girl. Yeah, the one you refused to defend in court. Leaving the job to a literally brand new attorney. My boy, I owe you my thanks, truly. I don't know what I would have done if things had gone poorly for the girl. I asked before, but why did you refuse her request for defense? I think I have a right to know. Ah, right, Mr. Wright. No, I'm sorry, it's just that I need more time to think about it, my boy. He does seem troubled about something. Well, his painting was stolen. I wouldn't put it past Red White, who punched a man in his office to steal someone else's painting. I'm starting to have a feeling I know what it is, Mr. White. So I paid Blue Core a visit. Oh, I see. Mr. Grossberg, I have to admit, something has been bothering me. Oh, what is it? Well, out with it, my boy. You see, it's just that painting. Mr. Grossberg, sir, there was a giant painting hanging right there the other day, was it not? The one you said you had no intention of parting with. Well, I saw it today. It was on the CEO's office in Blue Corp. Red White's office. So, you noticed. I suppose I should have guessed you would. It is a large painting. Mr. Grossberg, I know you and Mr. White are connected somehow. Connected, you say? Yes, and I know what it is. Ah, yes. You and Mr. White are lovers now. In the Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix. They're lovers. You're lovers. Do it. You don't have a health bar. We'll do it. You're lovers. It's not something that I can claim to understand, but you and Mr. White are lovers, aren't you? What? My boy. You sent that painting to him as a sign of undying love. My boy, please. You're letting your fancies run away with you. Where do you get these bizarre ideas? I don't understand how you could. That's because I'm not. We're not. Don't be ridiculous. Enough. I'll swallow my pride and tell you all. I knew it! They are lovers! Okay, it is a funny option. Victory. No, we are not lovers. Red White is a man who makes his living through intimidation. Blue Corp is a company that excels in finding people's weaknesses, I'm afraid. I love how Phoenix doesn't make it like a joke of it. Why would Phoenix make a joke of it? I've been paying them for 15 years now. 15 years? All because of the DL6 incident, as you may have guessed. The name on the back of these photographs. As you suspected, I could not stand in defense of Maya because of this. White would have destroyed me if I did. So that's the connection. It is hard for me to tell you this, my boy, but arresting Red White will be nigh on impossible. Impossible? Why? He has information on everyone. It gives him an iron grip. He owns judges, attorneys, prosecutors, police, and politicians. What? They are bound, unable to do harm to themselves, and therefore to him. Don't look at me like that. What you see is nothing more than the weight of many years. Why are they blackmailing you? But why were you blackmailed over this, Mr. Grossberg? The DL6 incident was top secret at the time. It made sense. The police didn't want people to know they were using a medium. They couldn't let people know. But one person found out. I told him. Yes, because you were lovers. Clearly. You told White? He offered me riches. It is an embarrassment to me now. Because I talked, the police were mocked far and wide. In secret, they began looking for the one who sold them out. Of course, White heard about it, and he came to me. Only this time, the offer was blackmail. I see. Yeah, riches, quote-unquote. I suppose it makes sense why his office is so fancy, then. White controls the law of this country as he sees fit. Yet if you would still challenge him, have a close look at Mia's office. Mia's office? She followed his every move for years. She may have recorded something of what she found. She did. She said the papers were inside of the Thinker statue. And the Thinker statue is empty now. Let's see what's at the law offices. It's funny. Looking at this room, it seems so normal. Hard to imagine a murder took place here. Mr. Grossberg said there would be clues. Maybe I should have another look. Yes, we will look at Charlie. He seems okay. Mia's favorite potted plant. I guess I'll have to water it now. That is Charlie. He is the best plant. An old movie poster. Apparently this was the first movie that made Mia cry when she saw it. Feed him and become kinder. Yes, of course. By feeding our plant high-quality fertilizer, we can gain 3 kindness points. I'll have to check it out one of these days. The sky is blue, and so am I. There's that hotel right across the way. Mia's desk. Perfectly clean, as always. The only thing that's missing is Mia. All the cases the chief ever worked on are filed here. They're in alphabetical order. Let's take a look. Which file should I look at? A through I? Let's see if there's an A record that catches my eye. But A, B, F. Misty Faye. That's Mia and Maya's mother. Should I take a look? Yes. I have tarnished the Faye name, leaving only these words, my mother vanished. I was determined to find the ones who made my mother blame herself this way. Using the power that runs in my family, I held an audience with the dead. Finally, the names of 2 men surfaced. One was Marvin Grossberg, a lawyer who sold my mother's information for riches. The other was the man who sold information to the press. This parasite who makes his fortune on threats and coercion. His name is... The record stops there. So Mia knew Grossberg. Let's see. What else do we have in here? J through S? J through S. Nothing much in here. Maybe I'll just skim some of this? Well, no harm in flipping through a bit, I guess. The biggest parts here at the end labeled S. Suicide. She has a collection of suicide reports. There's politicians, policemen. Huh? There's writing on most of these in pencil. White? This is Mia's handwriting. Wait, I get it. Mia thought he was involved in these suicides, quote unquote. Red White seems to be a far worse person than we first imagined. White drove them all to... Man, this guy is really like certain other people we could mention. I was joking when I called him a Persona villain, but now that we're looking at this file, he is a Persona villain. I can use these newspaper clippings. Let's find the most disturbing one. Article about a politician's suicide. The name White is written in pencil at the top. So... I kind of want to see what's in T through Z just to hear Phoenix's dialogue. T-U... I know. W. White. The entire W section is missing. We must enter his heart palace. Unfortunately, this is not Persona, so we have to deal with this in the old-fashioned way. In a court of law. Was it taken? So the entire W section is gone. Considering how despicable other villains get in the series, I forgot how awful Red was in particular. He reminds me of someone else, but I guess he has one less crime under his belt than that guy. That's not really a glowing review of Red White. So we know now that somebody took all the W files. He does remind you of Redacted, though he has not done one thing. He has done almost everything that Redacted did. Aside from one rather notable crime that we know of. I can't say much more than that because we haven't gotten that far in Persona. Well, I mean, if we're feeling particularly daring today. To be fair, Red being who he is, he probably blackmailed before and just doesn't think of it that way. Well, aren't you persistent? Sorry, but there's something I have to ask you about. Mr. Lawyer, I really hate having to repeat myself, but it seems the message has not yet penetrated your thick skull. Stop bothering me. If you try my patience further, I fear a nasty incident may occur. What, am I gonna find out what happens when you cross me? Whatever. You would kill to see a third game Villain's Palace? That would be interesting. Do I make myself clear? Transparent. It's fine, you'll be in prison tomorrow. I think we're past needing to talk about her. Phoenix, this is a terrible idea, but we're gonna do it anyway. This is the only clue that Mia left me. Wear a GoPro while all of this goes down. Say what you will about Phoenix, he's not a coward. He can be kind of dumb sometimes. Let's shove the evidence right in his face. I'd better make this one count. Mr. White, see this? It's an article describing the suicide of a politician. Phoenix doesn't know the meaning of self-preservation. He doesn't. He just walks right up to murderers and shoves evidence in their faces. It's really stupid of him, but it's hilarious. He was embezzling secret government funds. Then one day, word got leaked to the press. The very next day, he took his own life. And this concerns me? How? I found this article in Mia's office. Miss Mia. She had a file filled with articles like this. Every one of them was labeled with a single word. White. He does not learn from this. No, he never learns. Mr. White, I know what you did to this politician. You blackmailed him, didn't you? Blackmail. Yeah. Phoenix's Ryuji. You're not wrong necessarily. Just with an education. Not just him either. You were threatening and coercing hundreds of others. You were involved in all the suicide cases that Mia investigated. This company is built off of blackmail. I'm right, aren't I? What a bizarre accusation, Mr. Wrong. What is it that you should be doing now? Investigating me? No, I think not. You should be searching for the one that killed Miss Mia. Secretary's office. Hello? Mr. Wrong will be leaving now. Yes, sir. I'll send someone right away. Phoenix is indestructible. You're wrong. Mr. Wright. Excuse me? What I should be doing now is going after you. Just what are you insinuating? Mia was on to you. She was keeping tabs. For this reason, you had April May tapping her phone. Then Mia was murdered, and all the documents about you mysteriously disappeared. So the culprit would be... Even a child could work it out, Mr. White. You did it. Secretary's office. We won't be needing an escort for Mr. Wrong. Well, I love you, chat, but I think we're dead. We're about to be murdered. Instead, please connect to the public prosecutor's office. Of course, sir. One moment, please. White, that you? What are you doing calling me at a time like this? Oh, wait, this guy. That's not his voice at all. Hello, Chief Prosecutor. I've changed my mind. I want to testify tomorrow. What's this about? The Mia Fey case. I witnessed the murder, you see. And thus, as a very important witness, I would like to testify. Well, yes. Her, the chief prosecutor. I wonder what they're like.
What? Why now? I thought you said you didn't want to go to court.
Quietude, I told you I changed my mind, didn't I? Oh, and one other thing. Send the police over here right away. This man standing right in front of me, he looks dazed but could be violent.
What? What man?
Are you even listening? The executioner, the hatchet man, the liquidator, the killer man.
What?
Mr. White, this isn't another one of those. Chief Prosecutor, I do not believe you are in a position to freely offer your positions to me, correct? I'm telling you to send the police now. Did I not tell you, Mr. Wrong? You are a mere lawyer, as was Miss Mia. How dare you? I'll point the finger at you, and you will be tried as Miss Mia's killer. The case is as good as settled. No lawyer of any worth will defend you. I have friends in the local lawyers association, you see. You'll be given a lawyer so stupendously inept, they even make you look confident. I feel faint. Detective Gumshoe reporting, sir.
Ah, Butts. Harry Butts. Right, actually. Right?
Phoenix Wright. And my friend's name is Larry. Alright, sorry, pal. Butts was that murderer, right? Detective Gumshoe, I present to you the man who killed Miss Mia Fey.
What?
Take this despicable human being into custody.
Gumshoe, please do not.
Farewell, Mr. Wrong. Okay, so how the frick do we get out of this? I can't believe it's only been a day since the first trial. My trial begins tomorrow. White's going to set a trap for me. And the prosecution will be in on it, of course, Edgeworth included. An attorney was assigned to me by the state yesterday. I refused. I had an idea. Right? Mr. Wright? Oh, Maya. Great. They let you out of detention. This scene is weird because we should really be on the other side of that wall. Just now, yes. It's all thanks to you. Huh. Now I'm afraid we've switched places. What? You mean you? I explained what had happened to Maya. I don't believe it. How many people does that man need to destroy before he's satisfied? My mother? My sister? And now you? This has gone too far. Mr. Wright, please tell me, is there anything I can do? Well, how about you cheer me on in court? Well, you could cheer for me in court. Cheer for you? You mean like a cheerleader? Yeah, like that. Help me break out of here. We're gonna go awaken our personas and go to Red White's palace and steal his heart. Alright, leave it to me. Huh? I'd better go get a uniform and some pom-poms. Wait. What? I'm kidding. It was a joke. No way. No, really, I was kidding. But thanks, it's good to know you're on my side. Yeah, she was actually gonna go get a cheerleader outfit and pom-poms for him. Man, I will give this game one very intense thing. It's kind of a shock to have the lawyer you're playing be the defendant. Oh, this is gonna go so poorly. And there really isn't anything you can do for me anyway. But I can't just sit here and do nothing. I've gotta give that man a piece of my mind. Just a piece. Okay. Then come to the trial tomorrow. Okay, I'll be there. Who hasn't been a defendant in this series? That's a short list. Or the culprit, for that matter. Luckily for us, we have the power of save scumming to save Phoenix from a terrible fate. I'll show them a thing or two. Times may change, yet with crime, it's the same old story. In fact, it's gotten worse. Lengthy court proceedings are no longer realistic. Beginning a few years ago, a limit of 3 days was put on initial court trials. Almost all finish in a day, most with a guilty verdict. I never thought I would end up in the defendant's chair myself in this case. So yeah, lore, also more thinly veiled legal system criticism. You are in a trial that only lasts at most 3 days. So we have a day. Oh boy. With the true culprit appearing as the star witness. This is it. Tomorrow it's me or him. No pressure on the player or anything. Now, as much as I hate to be that person, and we're right in the middle of the good part, it's also 10:06, so I'm afraid I love you all, but we're gonna need to save and pick it up next week. Yeah, reminder, this is the second case of the game, and we've already been arrested for murder. Excuse me, Blue Mage Danny. It is not a matter of weakness, it's a matter of scheduling. I have things that need to be done early in the morning tomorrow, so I cannot be up that late. Also, I have a much longer stream tomorrow, and I don't want to blow my voice out, unfortunately. If we want 4 hours of, yeah, I have a TTRPG to run in the morning, and then I have 4 hours of stream tomorrow night, so unfortunately, I cannot stay up super late playing this, but I hope that you are excited for next week, where we'll be the defendant, and hopefully won't go to jail for the rest of our lives. Night, everyone.